happy Thursday evening. Happy Thursday evening. I have a low connection. Hopefully my internet will hold so we can do this video and it's not like you just miss big chunks of stuff. So every Thursday night, I want to start having this thing that we're having now. I'm calling it office hours, where I'm gonna go live, and if you have any kind of question or you wanna pop on live and actually ask a question about how to use your container system or navigating Beachbody on demand, I don't know, whatever questions you have, this is your opportunity to ask me and I will answer them. And so if you don't catch me live, you can always catch me after, drop me a message, whatever. Anyways, today I had a session with Brianna, who is our resident energy practitioner, and she is amazing. I've tagged so many of you over and over, or told you to go find the units section of this group. If you haven't found the unit section, no matter who you are or how long you've been here, go do that, because there's a whole bunch of information, kind of explains like what this group is, how to navigate stuff, like, you know, perks of discounts, like all kinds of stuff. But there's an actual energy medicine unit, and it has, I've moved all of Brianna's videos over there, and so she has lots of different like just ways to deal with if you have a cold or you're feeling blue or you're feeling stuck. Like, she has so many great valuable tips. And now she has her own Facebook page, but she shared some stuff just for us here in the tribe, and so that's all been tagged over there. And if you have questions, you can get in touch with her. She's really amazing. So anyway, I had a session with her today, and it was really helpful, and I just can't say enough good things about it. I totally recommend it, right? But we were talking about a few things, and I love how when you have experiences in your life that are echoing, like someone else says something to you and you're like, oh my gosh, I've been chewing on that, I've been thinking about that, and I don't even remember what we were talking about today, but earlier today, I was watching I was doing meditations and stuff on YouTube, and there's been so much talk about 2020 being this like really powerful super year. You know, we're gonna have more lunar eclipses, and it's gonna be really powerful for manifestation, and I've been feeling really behind and having some FOMO around, you know, I feel like I personally have been in the mud, like in my own relationships and stuff. Like 2020 has felt so hard, and it's making me feel kind of bad because I keep hearing all these other people, you know, that are like, this is a powerful year and amazing things are going to happen. And I'm like, what's wrong with me? Why is it so hard right now? And so if you're feeling that way too, first of all, it's just, we're like 23 days into this year, into this decade, okay? And the way that we get big, massive changes is to show up and have the little tiny actions. That's what's going to get you there. It's not some massive overhaul. You're not going to wake up and be an entirely different person one day. It's taking tiny actions every single day, changing your self-talk, practicing affirmations, drinking your water, doing your energy practice, like filling your cup. And it doesn't have to be all or nothing. So those of you who think it does, you're like, well, I have to follow this 100%. No, as a reformed perfectionist, I am telling you that is not how you get momentum. That is not how you feel good about your journey. And it's not going to be perfect. It's your race. So I want you to put your own blinders on, and I want you to commit to whatever is your goal, and then actually take the daily actions to get there. Cool? So anyway, I was thinking a lot, and this meditation I watched earlier today, it was about surrendering the crap, surrendering the self-limiting beliefs, surrendering the broken mantras, surrendering hurts or just things that are in the way, you know? And so even though we're 3 weeks into January, you can do this at any time. Anytime you can. And it's been a really long time since we've done this exercise. So tonight, I am challenging all of you to get a notepad. Doesn't have to be a fancy journal, preferably just like, you know, one of these cheapo notepad things that I get at Walmart, right? And I want you to brain dump whatever you need to brain dump, okay? It could be just like this like bullet point list of things that have been bothering you, or things that you are pressuring yourself to do, but it doesn't feel like it's in alignment with who you want to become. It could be maybe someone said something really hurtful, or maybe you did something that you feel really bad about and you've already apologized, but you're having a hard time surrendering it. It could be maybe a goal that no longer resonates. It could be whatever you need it to be. I want you to own this and make it into what you need it to be, okay? So you're gonna brain dump self-limiting beliefs, broken affirmations, hard stuff that you just want to be done with once and for all. And then I want you to light it on fire. Oh my gosh, we used to do this all the time, and it's been forever. So I'm really excited about this. I think I'm going to do it a whole bunch of different ways. I think I'm just going to like puke it on paper. I'm going to do a brain dump, all the stuff that's like in my head, hurt feelings, misinterpreted stuff, people who've unfriended me, like all the things that I'm just like holding on to that isn't serving me and it's not making me feel any better. I'm going to write it down, and I'm going to set it on fire. And if you have someone in your life where it's kind of a toxic relationship, but you can't break it off because it's family or whatever, this is the perfect opportunity to say whatever you need to say, to get it on paper, and then to burn it, because you can never unsay words. And so I think it's really important to get that stuff out, because it's just like a pimple you have to pop, right? To get it out, but then to set it on fire and release it, surrender it. And so when you set it on fire, whether you do that outside or I don't know, however you want to do it, please don't cause a huge fire. I don't know, maybe you have a lot to burn. But I want you to do that, and then I want you to say out loud whatever feels right for you. So it could be like, I surrender this, or Jesus, take this away, or I am done. It is finished. I no longer have to carry this. This no longer serves me. Because I know from personal experience, like I carry stuff around and I think about it and I chew on it, and then I will be like, okay, I'm not going to give that any more headspace, and I'm not going to give that any more attention. But you holding on to crap, you holding on to hurt feels, you holding on to grudges, you holding on to old garbage, it only impacts you. That other person that you haven't forgiven or you haven't surrendered it or whatever, they're not staying up at night. They're not being influenced by it. It's just impacting you. And so much of this journey, you guys, it's not just about your water. It's not just about your food. It's not just about doing workouts. Those are all really important things, but you have to get this right and this right in order to have your entire life freaking change. True? So if you aren't working on developing yourself on the inside into a healthier, happier, saner version of you, I really want you to incorporate some piece of that into your journey over the next couple months, because a lot of us want to lose weight or tone up or lose the baby weight or whatever it is your goal is, but that's not a solid enough goal to keep you showing up. And I want you to make this a well-rounded journey that you go on, where you're working on becoming someone that you really like, and someone that you really respect, and someone that you admire. And sometimes when you're first starting, that seems like, I don't even know how I would do that or how I would become her. I know when I first started, I was super negative, and I was looking at exercise and nutrition as punishment. And I had an aha today about how things have been really hard in my own life lately, and I've been struggling a lot with depression and self-talk and stuff like that. And I've noticed that there's more of a quicker, I don't want you all to get freaked out, because I'm not going to hurt myself, but there's almost this self-harm urge. And it occurred to me today, I had this aha after my energy work, because I was like, I don't really want to hurt myself, but it's just this anger and this frustration, and I'm mad at myself, and so I want to make myself pay. And I had the aha that I used to hurt myself. I used to punish myself with food or with drinking or with exercise. I used all of those things as my vices and as unhealthy things. And as those journeys have gotten healthier and saner, because I've been doing the work for years, now I see, okay, so now it needs a new place. And so I'm not going to hurt myself. I'm not going to do anything crazy, but it's just becoming aware and allowing your journey to evolve. And so that's why this is a really important exercise for you tonight, because every single one of us has stuff. And this is super cheap therapy. Literally, you're just going to brain dump whatever is in your own way. Maybe it's your excuses, why you can't get motivated, or why you can't stay on track, or why you're too tired, or whatever it is. I don't freaking care. But it's real to you, and I want you to get it on paper, and then I want you to set that shit on fire. And I'm going to give you bonus points if you actually, if you take a picture of it on fire. Do that. There's a video that pops up in my memories at least once a year, more than that, and it's me and Marshall in our old Yuma house, and I'm standing over the sink, and there is a piece of paper in my hand, and it is ablaze. It is on fire, and it's actually a video. And he's like, what are you doing? And I'm setting my self-limiting beliefs on fire. And he's like, oh, okay. And he just kept talking. That's what I want you guys to start doing, where this just becomes normal, where you have those, Laurel's a pyromaniac, where you have the self-limiting beliefs, but you can recognize it, that that's just a lie that someone else told you, or a lie that you chose to believe along the way. And just because that used to be your truth doesn't mean it has to be your truth now. At any point in time, you get to change the direction of your future. You are the only author of your story, of your journey. And every single one of you, no matter where you're at in your journey, can have a transformation. It's not going to look like mine, and it's not going to look like Joe Bob's or Cindy Lou Who's. It's going to be yours, because you are the only person living your life, and you're the only person that has your exact DNA and your exact experiences, and it's just going to be different. And so put your freaking blinders on tonight and get really honest. And this isn't something you have to share. You're not gonna take a screenshot of all the shit you're burning. So it can be the hairy, embarrassing, shameful stuff that you've been giving too much power. And those shame gremlins, like if you keep your shame, if you keep the icky stuff, the bad stuff, the hard stuff, if you keep it hidden in a corner, it has so much freaking power. But if you decide that you're gonna like shine the light on it and you're gonna write it on a piece of paper and then you're gonna set that paper on fire and be like, you no longer define me and I'm human, you're human, those thoughts will continue to come up, but you have now taken massive action towards putting it in its place and just owning your own life and your own transformation. So that's your call to action tonight. You're going to write it down and then you're going to set it on fire and then you're going to take a picture and maybe you'll share about it on social media. And if you do, I want you to tag me because I think this is something that so many people could really get so much from, right? Like, oh, I get to burn it. I get to burn it. I get to release my self-limiting beliefs, the things that maybe someone along the way inadvertently said and you just kind of digested and took it in. I think a lot of us do that. So release it, surrender it, whatever happened last week, last year, last decade, your last 30, 40, 50 years, none of that matters anymore. It's all part of your story, right? It is. It's made you who you are, but it doesn't define you unless you allow it to continue to have space and power in your life. So draw your line in the sand tonight, guys. Write all that stuff out and then set it on fire and release it. Release it. Turn on a pretty song. Light a candle. I don't know. Whatever you want to do. Run a bubble bath. But get rid of it. Evict it from your headspace. It does not belong there, and you are better than that, and you get to step into whoever it is you want to be this next year. And I want you to remember that just because you do this doesn't mean your life will be magically different tomorrow. Tomorrow, the same thoughts might come back. Tomorrow, the same obstacles and the same things in the way might come back, but you get to be like, you know what? I don't subscribe to that anymore. I'm not going to be that version of me. I'm going to draw a line in the sand and I'm going to take action, not crazy, change everything in my life action, but I'm going to take teeny tiny actions because you guys, that's how you change your life. That's how I changed my life. It was just little tiny shifts in the right direction. And sometimes I get off track and sometimes I would fail and sometimes it would suck. But then I would just autocorrect and I would get back on track because this is a journey. It's not a 21-day thing. It's not a 30-day thing. That's why I don't want your focus in this group to just be weight loss or just to be completing a program or something, a number on the scale or the size of your clothes. Like those are all perks, but really what we're working on is our self-belief and our self-talk and becoming that version of yourself that you've always wanted to become. And maybe you just haven't become her yet. So I believe in you all. And I can't wait to see how it goes for you, who chooses to do it, and what you think. So if you have any questions, drop them below. I will be making this a normal thing every Thursday night. I'll pop in here with, we're calling it office hours. So fancy. And if you have questions or something like a topic you want me to chat about, let me know. Last week we talked about nutrition and the Portion Fix system and how I use it, how it works for me, and all that. So next week, let me know what you want to talk about. If you want to have a guest speaker, we have some really amazing people in here. We can always do that. But like I said, do this exercise tonight. Go check out the units tab in this group and follow through some of Brianna's videos and just see if it changes how you feel. Because I know every time I work with her, I have some kind of aha. I have some kind of like massive clarity. And that's what this is. It's not about you being broken. It's not about something being wrong with you. It's just about you working on getting better. And the only way we get better is to identify the stuff that's in our own way and then make an action plan, a doable, tiny action every single day plan that's going to move you closer to who and what you want to become. So I believe in you and I want you to all know that you belong here, and I'm grateful for all of you being part of my tribe because you mean so much to me, knowing that you're in my corner and I'm in yours. So if we've met or not, I'm sending you a virtual hug tonight.